Hello, hello, hello. I'm alive. Anybody out there? This is the first time I'm going live on Thursday, so we'll see how this goes. I just got off work. Today's like my Friday because I don't work on Friday. I work Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. And I'm a nanny for a 1-year-old. And I love my job. It's awesome. He's a very good baby. He's on a great schedule. He's doing all the fun stuff like learning to walk and learning to talk, and he's just so good natured. My bosses are really super cool. It's just, I'm so, I wore this shirt. I got this shirt at Ross, I guess. This is what I wore to work. My shorts, my jean shorts. Thankful, grateful, blessed. Yeah, that's how I feel. I got a Diet Coke on my way home. Let me light the candle. Is like anybody here? No, nobody's here. Nobody's here. Okay. I'll text Pam. And then I'll have one person here. Oh, and I need to, yeah. I think that she won. I do. I kind of do think that. I've been thinking that Kamala really won the election. But anyways, kind of controversial thing. Jessica Denson talks about that. And oh, by the way, her podcast is called Lights On. But Pam sent me a video about that that she won. A must read. It's not a video. It's not a video. It's an article. But yeah, I'm gonna read that. But I was at work, so if you text me when I'm at work, I might be able to answer you short, a short answer when the baby's asleep. Hey, Pam. Hi. Hello. That's what I was saying. I was just, did you get my text already? You're quick. You're really quick. You maybe didn't get my text yet. I'm good. I needed like a little break. So I had a little break because when I asked Monday, you were the only one that answered me. And you said Thursday. So I went with Thursday. Nobody else really answered me. But thank you. And yeah, Thursday's going to be good, I think. I'm going to do more videos where I'm just talking. I mean, goodness, that's what I watch other channels and that's what they do. They talk, and they talk about stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do more videos like that where I'm just talking. Yeah, I think it was last week. Yeah, I got my hair cut and I got new nails and they've grown a little bit. And so, yeah, Red. Today, the baby, I'm not saying his name. I'm trying to be private, but he said hair. He said air, because I was like going, had gone like, and I'm teaching him, words, like, eyes, ears, and nose and stuff like that. And he said he's saying a lot of new words. Like he said day. He says hey. He said hey to the person fixing the washing machine today. Came to fix the washing machine. So yeah, he said hair. Well, it's more like air. Air. And he said balloon this week. So that was exciting. That was exciting. He said loon. It sounds like balloon, like that. And I swore he said cat a couple of weeks ago, but it was like gat. but he won't say it again. And I don't know. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was imagining things. But Jessica Denson's, let me drop that channel. Jessica Denson is the one that's been talking about all along since the election that she believes it was stolen, and many people do believe that. So I had shared, I think it's in my featured channels. It's in my featured channels. I haven't watched her channel in a while, though. I should. But this is a good channel, too. Silence is not an option. And her podcast is called Lights On. So that's what. And she is Christian, only she's not like those Christian nationalists. Yeah, I want to talk about everything. I got so much on my mind, you guys. So much on my mind. And, Iran, Israel, oh my goodness. It's just like so much. And I'm protesting Sundays and Thursdays. I put my vote earrings on. I got these earrings at the Molly Brown Museum in Denver. I got these vote earrings. So I've been wearing these when I go to protest on Wednesdays and Sundays. I was late. Sunday was the first time I went. I was late. I was there for like half an hour. They do it for an hour and a half on Sundays and Wednesdays in Poway. And so I started doing that. So I'm glad about that. I'm going to start calling. I haven't really called anybody. Yes, it's so cool to watch him develop. It's so cool. I'm so grateful for my job. It's like I get to be a grandma. It's like I get to be a grandma, Pam, like I wanted to be, because I have a grandson and I haven't been able to meet him. And it's really not fair, and it's really mean. And a lot of it has to do with my ex. My daughter would say it doesn't have anything to do with him, but it does. She's like brainwashed in more ways than one, because she is also MAGA, my oldest daughter. But yeah, I have a 1-year-old grandson that I haven't met yet. But now I get to be kind of like a grandma to him, and I'm getting paid too. So it's like awesome. It's like awesome, I'm telling him my name is Red, to call me Nanny. I think he might say Nanny first, because it might be easier, but he's not going to say Susan. So I don't call myself. My bosses call me Susan, though, because my name is not Susan. No. It is the best job ever. And you know what I realized recently too? I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot. Even like I told them about the nanny job I had when I was 19, but I had a nanny job in Boca Raton before that when I was a teenager. I babysat in Boca Raton when I was a teenager, but I did have a nanny job for a doctor. And I got it through, there was a nurse, a family I babysat for in my neighborhood, and she was a nurse at this doctor's office, and she referred me, and I did have that nanny job too. And I have completely forgotten about it, because this is like ages. It's been a long time since Red was a teenager. Okay. So I had even I'm like, oh yeah, really. I did that because after I took care of that baby at the doctor's office, then later I became and I didn't have a ride to that job. So I referred my friend Susan got that job being the nanny. And then later, and she was really chill too. Dr. Levinson, she's really a sweet lady. And I don't know if she's retired or what, but she only worked 3 days a week, and she would nurse her baby. She was an immunologist. And that's why I worked at the doctor's office and watched the baby there. So it was like the same sort of situation. And I just recently like remembered all this, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then when the baby grew up, she wasn't at the office that often. She went to school, you know, and everything. And we were receptionists. Both it's my friend Susan. She was in my wedding. And I've fallen out of touch with my friend Susan from high school. So Susan Scarrett, her last name's not Scarrett anymore, but I can't remember what it is. Something. Susan, if you're out there, like call me, contact me on Facebook. I would love to hear from you, Susan. This is going out there to Susan. But yeah, I used to work with Susan, and I worked there until I had my oldest daughter, until 86. But I was receptionist at that time. But yeah, it is the best job ever. You know, it is, you know, because I've had a lot of jobs since then. I mean, the best job ever was raising my own kids, you know, but I didn't get paid. Well, now I feel like I am getting paid for that, you know. And it was the same thing when I got the job, when it was not as good a job, but when I did Airbnb in my house, it was the same sort of thing, Pam. I was like, well, hey, you know, like they're mad at me, like I did a bad job at what I did. And now I'm getting paid to do, because so many of my Airbnb guests were my kids' age. You know, I had a young man who was I had two guys that were from Georgia Tech, really smart kids, but my kids' age. One was doing an internship at the Warner Robins Air Force Base, because I was in Warner Robins, and best guests ever, you know. And I'm like, these guests are all my kids' age, you know. A lot of them were nursing students, travel nurses. They were a little older. They were maybe, you know, younger than me, but not my kids' age, but in their 40s. I had a regular Lindsay. I had a regular guest, Lindsay, who was a travel nurse. She was a hoot. From Alabama. And she worked nights at the hospital, and she loved my cupcakes. But I'm like, I'm getting paid to do what I did for 30 years. You know, I was a mom. I watched the shit. You know, I have a poem about it. I'll have to find that poem, and I'll say that poem for you. But let me light the candle. I got my sweet tobacco candle. I got this at the farmer's market, which is on Thursdays, but I haven't been back to the farmer's market. And my lighter working? I got two lighters here. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hi, Betty. Hey. I'm sorry if I'm being slow to notice. Okay, you just came in a minute ago. Not being too slow. You're still on vacation, but I thought I would stop in and listen for a bit. Thank you for popping in. Oh, and I was watching your video on the beef, and I'm sorry I didn't comment. Oh my goodness, I've been like busy. I meant to comment, but I was watching that video and it looked so good. I was watching that, but that was like, oh goodness, that was like a week. I've just been, I've been kind of busy, and I'm trying to not be busy because, be too big. So I didn't after I did, like, I make salads on Sundays. I didn't do my Sunday salads because I'm like, I want to rest on Sunday. And I didn't go to the gym. I was going to go to the gym before I went to Blue Corner Indivisible. It's Blue Corner Indivisible where I'm protesting. And these are my vote earrings. And oh, the doctor ordered. Okay. I hope everything is okay. And how is your son doing? So, do you want to say where you are on vacation? You don't have to, but or is it a staycation? But yeah, I was cooking a lot. One Sunday I remember because I would usually make Sunday supper on Sunday, and I think it was the Sunday because it's a lot of work to make the chicken parmesan or whatever, and then making all the salads. And then Ian came downstairs and was like, "You're still cooking?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still cooking." And then I made myself a sandwich and I was leaving him all the leftovers. So this week I ate my leftovers. I took the shish kebab, and I don't know if I posted that video. Um, I can show it to y'all if I didn't. Let me see. I don't know if I did. Did you guys see this video? I don't think I posted it. He's doing better. Staycation. Staycations are good. I mean, I think, yeah, now, especially since I'm in California, I'm going to do staycations. I am considering something, though. Guess what I'm considering? Because next year, I can't believe that when I say it, I'm like, oh my goodness. Next year, I will be 60. So I'm not going anywhere this year because I moved to California this year, and so I'm on staycation too, and I just got a job, so yeah. But next year, for my 60th birthday, I want to see if Ian wants to go with me to Hawaii. So I started thinking about that. I didn't say anything to him yet, but yeah, I'm excited about that. It'll depend though on, I don't know. I don't think it will be a year from October. So I don't have to start, you know, doing anything yet, but I had a cruise booked with that group of YouTubers that where the bully was, and then the people that sided with him that I thought were my friends, and all of that mess. And I'm like, I don't want to go on this cruise with these people, and I changed it to Hawaii. But then I didn't end up going. And I ended up, when I had just moved to Denver, and it was like kind of like the same thing. It's like, this is a pretty place, I have lots of stuff to do here. So I didn't really, I mean, wasn't that I wanted to go. I felt like I didn't want to, I was out like $400 because I didn't go on that. That was kind of dumb, but anyways, but I had changed the cruise with the YouTube people to a cruise to Hawaii, and then I didn't take it. And I kind of felt like I wanted to change, what do you call it? The travel agents, because the travel agent was, I didn't trust her either, and she was trying to change travel agents, and I wasn't able to, and I was like, I don't really want her to get credit for this anyways, and it was just such a, after Labor Day, Yeah, it'll be much cheaper. Yeah, I don't want to go until October 2026. So that would be, yeah, yeah, yeah. If I could get some people to go with me. Do you want to go on a cruise, Pam? um, so yeah, that would be exciting. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna be 60, and like my 50th birthday sucked for many reasons because I had just moved out of my ex's house and stuff had happened with my kids. And I went to the fair alone on my birthday when Georgia, when I turned 50. And I was going to go skydiving and I sort of chickened out. I couldn't find anybody to go with me and I chickened out. And I went to the fair by myself for my 50. It's like when, you're supposed to have a big party, like your kids maybe throw a big party for you. They didn't even call me. They're so mean. I'm sorry, but they're just mean. I mean, Ian's not mean, but the rest of them are pretty mean, honestly. Yeah, the rest of them are pretty mean. Um, well, not Claire. I think Claire might have contacted me. I don't know. But it was pretty sad. She wasn't in the area though, so I couldn't do anything with her. She was in Oklahoma then. She was in the military. 2016. So, anyways, play a little ditty on my flute. You know where else I'd like to go? I might look into going different places. It might not be Hawaii, but I haven't been to Hawaii yet. Ian has though. Ian's been to Hawaii once. My daughter Claire's been to Hawaii. Ian hasn't been to Europe though. But so I was gonna drop the link for Jessica Denson and I forgot. Let me drop it. So her podcast is called, yeah, and there's ones, did she actually win? New reports question Trump's 2024 win. Election lawsuit proceeds, lights on with Jessica Denson. So yeah, she's been saying this since the election though. Jessica Denson has. I'd also like to go to the Philippines one day, but I don't know if next year is the time. Hawaii would probably be, yeah, I think Hawaii would be cheaper, but I'm not sure. It might be the same, really. I'm not sure at this time I would go out of the country. And just what the things that Trump has done and made everybody hate us, I'm not sure. But I don't think the people in the Philippines would be hateful. But anyways. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Elon even said it. I mean, he said it. He wouldn't have won without me. That's what he said. And the Republicans wouldn't have gained the House. And like there were those things. Remember the thing they said where some people voted straight Democrat down the line and then voted for Donald Trump. Like, what the hell? Why would you do that? I remember hearing that. Did you hear that, Pam? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that some people did that. I was like, what? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So, yeah, and so went and stood on the corner from 5 until 6:30. Yeah, because no one's ever like Rosie O'Donnell said it. No one's ever won all the swing states. No, no one's ever got all the swing states. That's crazy. It's crazy. But I do know that sadly, I thought when I first talked to my daughter in Pennsylvania about Kamala, she said, "Well, this is an understatement too." But I was very fearful with saying anything to her. I mean, hardly, barely even said that. I'm excited about Kamala Harris because I didn't know really where she was. Well, she's better than Trump. That's the understatement of the year. What was interesting is yesterday, this Trumper old man showed up at our Blue Corner Indivisible, where we're standing there protesting Trump. And he had to come talk to us because he doesn't agree with us, is what he said. And he said all this stuff. They're illegal. They can't work. And I'm like, they are working. What are you talking about, old man? You are delusional. But so it was interesting. But I was very. They said I have a halo. I was patient with him, and I recently saw a video. I think I shared it on my. Let me see if I did. Let me see if I shared it. I recently saw a video about a man with a Purple Heart who's being deported back to Korea, hasn't been there in 30 years. Yeah, Purple Heart veteran forced to self-deport. He's being forced to deport, and he had gotten arrested on drugs, but he's been clean and sober for a long while. He has to leave his family, and it's so sad. And he got shot in the back. He has a Purple Heart because he was in a conflict. I don't know. Watch the video. It's on my. He was in Hawaii, but he was deported. And I'm just like, and that's what I'm saying to this man. I said, you agree with them deporting a little girl that needs cancer treatment? Like, what the heck? It's like horrible what they're doing. It's horrible. It's cruel. It's cruelty. It's, the separating parents from kids. And it's just like, and I'm like, I said to this man, how many campaign promises has he broke? I mean, like I said, do you agree with this war with Iran? And and I just feel like these people are so, I'm like, I told him several times, I'm like, stop watching Fox News, watch other news sources, don't watch Fox News. And he said so much ridiculous stuff. He said like something about Obama, and Obama started the thing with Ukraine. And I was just like, what are you talking? Like, the guy is, and I even like, asked Siri when I got home, did Obama start any wars? No, he did not. He inherited the wars from, it's irrational. And they were trying just to, like, I think some of them on the corner just started, giving him the silent treatment, just not talking, not engaging with him. And one lady, she said, he's making my blood pressure rise. And, I'm not talking, because some of the Trumpers go by. One said something, I don't know what he said. I couldn't understand him. And I said to the people, I just met a lot of them. I'm like, hi, I'm Susan, I'm new. And met a lot of nice people. So that was awesome. And I was telling Ian about the man there. He was like, but you had fun though? And I'm like, I did have fun though. I did. And yeah, they were saying, you're so patient because I was talking to him. And it's just like, but he's like, he had to come talk to him, and I'm just like, he said some Trumpers go stand on a corner somewhere, I'm like, you could go join them. He's like, I'll go stand on the other corner. And one of our people said, no, we don't want that. We don't want, battling, he could go with the other group, and hopefully he won't be by again. I think he just saw us today. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, but I'm like, we're here on Sunday too. But I think next time I might say less, because it's kind of pointless. I don't know. I don't want to say. I guess something I want to say is that they're not all the same. They are not all the same. All MAGA is not the same. This is where the racism comes from. Where you're thinking like, oh, the stuff about the immigrants, like they're all bad. They're all bad. They're all illegal. They're all, and they're not. They're not. It's just fear mongering, and it's a bunch of BS. Everybody's different. And no two MAGAs, like no two MAGAs are the same. I got back. I think I told y'all that my friend from homeschooling, my old neighbor, called me up. This was crazy, y'all, because like my phone didn't work well in my apartment in Denver. It was ridiculous. I would always have a bad connection. I usually couldn't hear them or whatever. And I usually didn't answer a 478 number. But sometimes I would just answer it. Let me see if I can hear this time. So before I left Denver, my neighbor, who I've known for like 20 years, over 20 years, like 25 years, I think I put, called me from Georgia to tell me that my ex was having a yard sale, and just wanted to see how I was and where I was and what I was doing. And I told her that I was going to move, and something else had happened recently. And I was, when I was trying to get this job, and it worked out good. I'm pretty sure she called her. She called all my, my son's friend Albert in Denver. I put him because I known him since he was 10. He's 30 something now. I've known him 20 years. He's like 31. I've known him since he was 10. So I've known him 20 years. And I put Pam down, and I put this lady down, and she she's a nice, reasonable person, but she's a MAGA. She's not like, this one. And then, ooh, yeah, that's what I was, I was saying. I started talking to him. I mean, there's just so much to say, and he was just focused on this one issue, and he's like, they're illegal, they can't work. And I'm like, well, what are they doing? And he did say, like, why are they coming here? And I'm like, they're coming here for a better life. They want a better life, just like you or I, just like you and me. And my new sign says, remove Trump, reverse the damage, and reclaim democracy. And so he's like, who do you want in there? Vance? And I said, well, Vance was right about him being like Hitler. How is he like Hitler? And I'm like, In a lot of ways, he's wanting to get rid of all the brown people. He's wanting to get, he's racist. He's a lot like Hitler in a lot of ways. Vance saw it. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, and I said, some people have said that they're like that Vance is more scary than Trump, or because he's smarter or something. I don't know about that, but I don't think he has the cult following that Trump does. I don't think he does. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Vance, Pam? Because that is who's going to be in there if they impeach Trump. I hope. Oh gosh. And I didn't call. I meant to call this morning. I'm going to start calling. I was calling in Denver. I was calling Congress. I was calling Lauren Boebert's office. She didn't call me back. I was calling Lauren Boebert's office before I left Colorado. And then when I came here, I was staying at an Airbnb, and I was waiting until I see what county I ended up in. And so since I landed here in April, I'm going to start calling. I'm going to start calling every weekday. Like, I'm going to get up a little bit earlier. I get up about 6:30 to be to work in Escondido at 8. So I'm going to get up a little earlier to call. Peter Thiel's money, yeah. I just started, I still really, I honestly took my head out of the sand, and I'm glad that I did. I just finally took my head out of the sand in last year, and that's when I started campaigning for Kamala and started talking about it on my YouTube. And I was like not informed. I thought it was, and I told you, Pam, that I didn't vote in 2016. Yeah, 2016. I didn't vote. I didn't know who to vote for. I wasn't going to vote for him. I was like, hell no. There's no way I'm going to vote for him. But I didn't vote, and I was still uninformed, and I didn't think he was going to win. I didn't think he was going to win. I thought he was too, I was uninformed. I didn't know about, and even though I had been in like Christian nationalism when it was forming, because I was in Georgia, and I was Republican because of abortion, and I didn't realize, and that's the one issue, and my mom and I butted heads on politics, and then I said, like, let's not argue about this. This isn't important, Hey. We got this bucket here with the recyclables outside the door. Yeah, some people are stubborn to admit they were wrong. Yeah, that's true. Pam says hi, Ian. So yeah, I just had my head in the sand. I didn't want to. And there were so many people like Mary that I put down, and I didn't ask. Haven't talked to Mary since then either. I should have. Pam, you contacted me and said that they contacted you when I put you down as a reference, and Albert told me, but I called Mary the day before, though. She had called me, a couple, I think it was February. But I called her because something too had happened at my ex's back home. I'm not really going to go into it, and I wanted to ask her about that and if she knew about that. So yeah, it was a perfect opportunity. And I said, do you mind? Can I put you down? Because I'm like, I'm old. I should have some references that I've known for a while since I'm old. So and like we worked with the kids together in homeschooling. We worked with the not that I was her nanny or anything, but um uh we worked with the kids and we would do homeschool field day together, and all the kids would do, where they do different events. They do it at um, grade school, grade schools usually. I don't think they do it at middle schools, but we would do the field day for the homeschoolers together and stuff. And yeah, I known her for many years. So, but yeah, she's a Trumper, and they're not all the same. But there's ugly ones. I call them maggots, and something came up, and I might do a video on this. And my video about the viewer who said, "Are people still being weird about the election?" And this is a black person who voted for Trump, and I'm like, and I'm a white woman who voted for Kamala, and I'm like, no, we're still weird. And that video did well, so I'm going to do more like that. So I might do one about the follower on Facebook. He was friends with my brother-in-law, and who I think my brother-in-law was, had gotten off in drugs, got married. He was a geologist. He got cancer and passed in 2014. And I only met this guy through my brother-in-law. And so I became Facebook friends with him, and I didn't know he was MAGA. And then we got into it about Gen Z, because a lot of Gen Z is going red. I've heard that. And I don't know what my Gen Z, well, I know that my middle daughter is considered Gen Z, or she might be right on the cutoff. She's 96. I'm pretty sure she's Gen Z. So she was military, and she had made me think she was voting for Kamala, but she voted third party. She voted for the Green Party. So I was so mad, but like I didn't say I was so mad because yes, it's great. I think that's great. But I think it's just sad that he's done this. And this is what that whole discussion with this Frank guy was, because he was talking about Gen Z, and he was like, oh, there, and he was reading something that was wrong though, because it was about them voting for Kamala, and he was mad, and I was hopeful about Claire going to vote for Kamala. And I said something about my daughters both being military. Well, one was, and she's gotten out, but he didn't. He's just full of hate and bitterness and anger. And I think he was scared because he said, what he said? Harris will send them home in body bags. And I was like, that is bullshit. And like, that was so ugly and so uncalled for, and such that that person, I call a maggot. This guy, Frank on Facebook got blocked because he's a maggot. Telling me, can you imagine telling someone, these are my baby girls, these are my youngest two, and him saying Harris will send them home. And they said Harris would start World War III. Now look who's starting World War III, Frank. Look who's starting World War III. And I never, and I said, when I answered that, when I addressed that issue, I was like, I'm more concerned if Trump wins, I want my youngest to get out of the military. Well, she's still in, but she's Air Force, and she's a girl. So I just pray. I pray for my kids every day. My other kids are really, like I said, mean, but I love them still, of course. And I pray for them constantly, continuously, like the Apostle Paul said, pray continuously. I pray for them continuously. Continuously. Yeah. So yeah, that was that. That's what I'm talking about. A maggot, and just like they're all different, and there was another thing I wanted to say about politics too. And I'm gonna read you that. Um, I'm gonna read you that poem I said about the doing Airbnb and how it was what I was doing all along for 30 years. But uh, there was another thing I wanted to say. There's the and someone came in here. I think it was Ivan, who's in Canada, and he said he watches I Had It every day. And these ladies are named Jennifer, and the other girl they call her Pumps. It's her nickname. I don't know what, I can't remember what her real name is. But Jennifer and Pumps do this podcast that I would kind of watch here and there, and I'm subscribed to their channel. I'll put the link, but I don't like it as much anymore. And then let me tell you why. Because it's becoming more popular. I mean, I'm going to tell you why I don't like it, because she is talking, it's mostly Jennifer. I'm glad she has Pumps, because Pumps is a little more nicer. I don't like the okay, Angie, the other girl's named Angie. So it's Jennifer Welch and Angie Pumps Sullivan. So I don't like this one as much. And I'll tell you why. Because she's lumping them all together. She's not being like, I'm telling you, she hates the Christian nationalists. They're all the same. They're hateful. They're racist. And like, I'm telling you, I used to be in this group of people. They're not all the same. They're not all the same. I was just talking about three of them. Like, I'm like, Mary's very chill. Mary's a very chill person. Like, she's not, and I talked to her about it a little bit. I think I even sent her a Park Rose permaculture video, because I'm like, do you know about this guy, the Obrego, the guy that they sent to El Salvador? And she didn't know about it. And I think I sent her that video. But anyways, they're not all the same. They're not all the same. They don't all have the same. And the reason why, I mean, like, some of them, yeah, I feel like are MAGA because they're racist. I feel like, my brother's racist, and that's why he's MAGA. I feel like even my ex is racist, and that's why he's MAGA. So, but I feel like my oldest daughter is MAGA, and I feel like she is because of the culture. She's there in Georgia, and now she married, and her husband's MAGA. So, she's going along with them. And I like, even my middle daughter, and I'm like, her in-laws are liberals. So, but I don't know, maybe they didn't like Kamala. Maybe they voted third party too, or maybe that's what her husband thought he should do. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know them that well, honestly. I mean, I kind of do know them, but just like, just like I'm saying, all liberals aren't the same. Like my brother was saying, that I had changed, and I haven't talked to my sister in years because of her toxicity, but she's a liberal. And my brother's talking about like, oh, you agree now you can, like, and I was just like, that has nothing to do with it. That wasn't why we weren't talking. We didn't even, we haven't argued politics in years, it was like ridiculous. So the reason I don't like, here's the I've Had It podcast, if you're interested. There's a couple things I don't like Jennifer. Honestly, she said stuff before, and she's said like all she said like all Christians think, when she's talking about the Israel conflict in Gaza, and all Christians think that the Jews are going to hell. And I'm just like, no, they don't all think that. So like, you shouldn't say that. And then I have kind of gotten sick of her calling them titty babies, you know, and I'm just like, will you please stop? You're insulting all the little sweet babies that nurse. You know, why are you calling, why is that your insult? Why? Can you think of something better, please? But anyways, so I'm sharing that I've had it but I've had it with Jennifer. Okay. Pumps is okay. But, and I agree with their views, but see, like, just like I said, like, all of the liberals aren't the same. All these channels I share aren't the same. They're all a little bit different. I like Park Rose Permaculture. I like Monty, you guys. I've been sharing all Monty's because I relate to her. And this video is way behind. So yeah. So not all megas are the same. Not all liberals are the same. But I doubt any of us drink baby's blood. Did you hear that about the conspiracy theories? Yeah. And so that's what I don't like about I've had it. I've kind of had it. I've had it with Jennifer. And then they wrote this book, you know, and I'm like, I'm not liking the title of the book either. Like, couldn't you think of something better? Their book is called Life is a Lazy Susan. And I hate lazy Susans. I hate the implication there. You know, I am Susan and I am not lazy, but life is, you know, I'm like, where did they get this bizarre title? Life is a Lazy Susan of shit sandwiches. That's really negative. I don't like that title. That title is a shit sandwich title. That's what I think. But anyways, so I've had it with I've had it. I mean, I like Pumps. I like Pumps. I'm glad she has Pumps. It it draws her out of her. It Pumps kind of softens her negativity, but Jennifer is too. It's too negative for me. I wouldn't. I have no desire whatsoever to read that book at all. But Monty, let me share Monty's channel. Have you been watching Monty, Pam? I love Monty. And she is a former Christian nationalist. And so she gets onto all of them about their scripture and the stuff, everything. And she's very informed, and she's a redhead like me. So she's awesome. Let me share Monty's channel. It's Monty Matter. I found her on Instagram, and then I was surprised to find her pleasantly surprised to find her. And she has, wait for it. Oh, okay. She has 31.8 subscribers on it. I guess it's 1 million on where is it 1 million? It's 1 million on Instagram, I think. Let me see. Yeah, 1.2 million followers on Instagram. So, Monty Matter. And I want to join Ground News. She's been talking about Ground News. And she's a singer, too. So, and I'll share another channel that I like, but it's kind of not my favorite either. And that's called, and it does have to do with it has to do with the title of their channel too. And then It's the New Evangelicals. And they're okay, and they talk about issues and all that, but there was really one video. I usually like most of their content, and I just read April A. Joy's. I like her. And there was one where they were at a conference together, and they're dancing to Carmen, and who is a Christian singer, and it's April A. Joy and Monty Matter dancing to Carmen, and because they're ex-evangelicals like me. So, but that's why I'm like, why do you have the word in there? Why, I don't even like that. I don't use that. I don't want to use that word. I want to take that word back. I want to take back the American flag and stuff like that. But I don't want to take back the word evangelical, because I don't want to, because I used to try to force my religion on people. I used to think everybody needed to be saved from hell and I needed to save them, and so I don't even like the word evangelical. But anyways, they're called the New Evangelicals. So I kind of have an issue with that. I moved the wind chime over here. I don't know. Can you see that? So, but yeah, that's Monty Matter. Try check that out. And on Instagram, she has 1 million followers. So let me show you. Present. I need to get to saying you. I'm going to start writing poems about all this stuff, you guys. So look forward to that. Send me prayers and positive vibes. This is Monty's channel. And I want to know, is it off with their heads? Monty has the same guillotine earrings that Angie at Park Rose Permaculture has. And I don't know what's up with that. Do you know what's up with that? And also Monty wears, I need to ask. Monty wears these cigarette earrings, and I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with that, but it's funny. But hey, there's Loves. Speaking of the Philippines, hi, Loves. Hello. Hi, Loves. How are you? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. Something. It has to do with something, and I know it has to do with something with Angie. Mine say vote my earrings, and I have Kamala Harris earrings, and so I had wore one of those and one of these. So this is my friend Loves. She's in the Philippines. So having breakfast. Good morning. She's in Tomorrowland. So also my friend Wade, he's been talking a little bit. A friend from Van Life, I realized, was check out Vanquished. Do you know Vanquished? Have you seen Wade? he's bopping around the islands over there. He has a van. He got a van there. So, so do you know Vanquished Loves? So what's funny about this? Okay, what's funny about Wade is, so one of my van life friends got really ugly, and she got maggoty, actually. But I already had the intuition. Like Pam's been telling me, like, listen to your intuition. I'm like, yeah, I'm learning to start doing that. I've been so stupid about my intuition, but I already had intuition about this person, this van life person, and I really didn't want it. She just wanted to be my best. She's like, let's go try. Oh, she's like, oh, you were right over here and you didn't come see me, because she's in Phoenix, right by Courtside. You were in Courtside, you didn't tell me. And she was kind of like mad, and I'm just like, I don't want to see you, and I didn't want to be rude, but so this friend Wade, it was funny. They hung out together, but I don't think they even talked politics, and they didn't know. But and I didn't know, I thought a lot of I didn't know that some of my friends were MAGA, like Roy of Roy and Becky, and Tim of More Bang for Your Bucks. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know. I thought maybe with Roy and Becky, but I was kind of surprised with Tim. I was kind of surprised. He's in Cali, but yeah, he's MAGA. We get into it on my channel, but see, they weren't, I got kind of annoyed with, Tim called Nancy Pelosi a hag, so I wasn't cool with that. I didn't block him though. He used to be, I think I unmoderated him though. He used to be one of my moderators a while, but he never came to my lives, Then I start talking about politics, and it's like, what are y'all up in my chat now for, Tim? Where have you been? Hi, Tim. Why are you back? Just because I'm, you disagree. Oh, I saw you guys here, kind of like that guy yesterday. I saw you all here, and I want to tell you I disagree with you. I'm finally saying something that, I don't agree with Trump. And so Vanquished. Have you heard of Vanquished? He's over in the Philippines. I'm trying to get to something, and I'm not getting to it. Wade is in the Philippines. Have you seen him? How are there so many islands? You guys, does anybody know? Shh, don't tell, loves. Do you know how many islands are in the Philippines? Who knows how many islands are in the... Don't tell, loves. Don't tell. Shh. Trivia question. Vanquished. But anyways, look for Wade. But anyways, Wade was hanging out with my... search for him. Do you island hop very much? Wade is island hopping, but you can check out some of his videos, and he's talking about, like, because of Trump's tariffs and all what he's doing to the economy, he can't afford to come visit home, and he has his van here, and he wanted to make an enclosure for it. He wanted to come back and make an enclosure for it. Yeah. I was saying earlier that I was wanting to go somewhere for my 60th birthday. Maybe I will look into going to the Philippines. I'll talk to Wade about it too. I'll say, Wade, do you think I should go? Because he's probably been thinking about this for a long time. I don't know. But I didn't know. This all of a sudden I saw on his channel that he's in the Philippines. You can hunt him. Yeah. Yeah. Look for Wade. You should meet Wade. He's a cool guy. But anyways, he was friends with my MAGA. And so, like, when I got out of, oh gosh, it's just such a mess. I could do so many videos. Like, I could do so many poems. I've never done a poem about the bullying in the YouTube community. I could do a whole, at least I don't think I have. I should look through my journals, but I haven't. I told you I did that one poem about the trolls, and I need to go find that. So you guys, I need to get back into, like 7,000 or something. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Some of them must be really teeny. Some of them must be really little. So my mom was born on Corregidor, 1929. My grandfather was in the army. Hmm. Oh, okay. It's your summer break from school. Seven 7,649. 7,641. How about this? That made me think of one of the signs are one of the protest signs is 8647. Do you get that? 86 is getting rid of, and 47 is Trump. So that made me think of that. Yeah, 7,641 islands in the Philippines. Isn't that crazy? See, there's 4 watching. Hello. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who watches the replay. But I was wanting Wade to come on my channel sometime, but I don't know. I think this could be a good time for him to come on my live sometime. I'll have to ask him. He's been going live in the morning sometimes, from the Philippines. There's also islands here where you can see only if it's low tide. They appear if it's low tide only. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so they appear if it's low tide. So there's nothing, they can't really put anything on them then, really. Unless they build like a pier or something? Maybe they could build like a pier. I mean, is there anything on those islands? So I want to find the poem that I was talking about. Um, um, yeah, this is the poem Entertaining Angels. Oh, I forgot to bring my thing out here to set my phone on. I got my notification. Who got my notification? Um, I might read. I found the poem I was going to read you guys a few weeks ago, and I didn't read you, but I'm going to read it to you. To, but let me set this up to do a double video. Empty islands, we can boat rides and enjoy swimming only. Nothing built. Okay. Empty islands. Okay. Vanishing. Don't know if they count that as included in the 7,649. Huh. Yeah, what's the criteria? Do they have to have like buildings on them or be a certain square footage? It's interesting. So I'm going to do I think I might have done a short of this before, but I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do a double video. I'm going to video this poem. It's from what's going to be my next book of poetry called Red Poems. It's not exactly new anymore, really. I wrote this poem a while ago, but it's about how I couldn't find a job after my separation. And it was very demoralizing when you're looking for a job and you can't find one. It's very difficult. And so I started doing Airbnb in my house. And I realized this is what I've been doing all along. It's what I'm good at. And it's like, gee, and the same thing, like I'm not allowed to be a grandma, but now it's like I'm getting to be a grandma and I'm also getting paid for it with my job now as a nanny. And this before, when I wasn't really allowed to be a mom, and I felt like I was kind of being a mom for my Airbnb guests. I was, taking care of them, uh, washing their sheets, feeding them, etc. And some of them were my kids' age. And so I'm like, yeah, I was so bad at my job that now people pay me to do it. Wow. And it's like a little nod from my higher power. It's like a little, like, it's okay. You're doing good. So, thankful, grateful, and blessed. Okay, it's called Entertaining Angels, which is from a Newsboys song. Whoa, there's so much going on. Stuff going on with Newsboys lately, too, if anybody's seen that in the news. Interesting. Very interesting. Kind of sad. Kind of sad. But anyways, it's from a verse in Hebrews that do not forget to let me do not forget to entertain strangers, for by doing some have unwittingly entertained angels. Hebrews 13:2. That's where the Newsboy song is from, and that's where this poem comes from. So, and it starts out, I'm talking to my husband. When I would say to him, I need a job, he wanted me to stay home with the kids, and he wanted me to be dependent on him. He didn't want me to be able to be independent and be able to leave him. So, and I had 5 kids, so I was very busy. So it starts out with, let me say the poem. It starts out where I'm saying it to my husband, I need a job. And he's saying, you have a job. And then the next line, the following line is, I'm talking to God, telling God I need a job. So it's called Entertaining Angels. So I said to him, I need a job. You have a job, he said. Wash the sheets and towels, cook, clean, give. Feed the dog and people. Read the word and pray. Write, play your flute, say your poems. Listen, teach, and stay. So I said to him, this is capitalized, H-I-N, or her, for those who might think. I said to God, I said to higher power, I need a job. You have a job, he said. Wash the sheets and towels, cook, clean, give. Feed the dog and people. Read the word and pray. Write, play your flute, say your poems. Listen, teach, and stay. So, God got me a job again. It's like being a grandma and getting paid for it. It's like awesome. So, bye. That's my double video. So, yep, 4 still here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I've gone 1 hour and 14 minutes. I want to say the poem I wrote recently is about my daughter. It's called Burning Bridges. It's about me too, because I'm I've changed. Like I said, I still believe in God, though. That's why I feel like I have so much in common with Martha Beck. Her link is below. Her link is below. Um, so um, they have an app. So, like when the baby naps at my job, they have an app where the camera is in his room and on him. And so I bring that up and then I watch Martha Beck's podcast and I put my um, earbuds in, I put my headphones in and I keep an eye on the baby. And then I listen to Martha Beck's podcast, which is, she has one with her partner that's called Bewildered, and hers is by herself is called The Gathering Room. And so, and I'm re listening to The Way of Integrity. So I'm re-listening to that, but I'm probably going to get, and also you can find online, you can find one of her books, Finding Your North Star. I started listening to that and um, it's on YouTube. The whole book is on YouTube. So, oh, thank you, Pam. So yeah, that just reiterates like why, yeah, it makes me think of this job now. And so I'm hopeful like that Ian will find something that he likes too. And Martha Beck also talks about that all the time too. And then finding and that's what's in the way of integrity. It's like stop lying to yourself. And people working at jobs they hate because it's the culture and they have to pay their bills and they feel like they have to do this thing that they hate. And it's kind of what finding I don't know when she wrote Finding Your North Star. I don't know when she wrote that, but I think it was like her last two most recent books, I think, are Beyond Anxiety, which has helped me so much. I still have a little bit, the anxiety tries to come up, and it just come in that form of what, just wanting the other shoe to drop. Like when is something going to go wrong here? Like I'm going to screw up on my job. I'm going to lose my job. And it's just so much better. I've quieted the voices. I'm getting better at meditating. I'm trying to listen to Martha Beck all the time. And it's really helping. And I realized that like I haven't been writing a lot of poetry. And that's what Beyond Anxiety is about. It's about that when you go into your creativity, that calms down the anxiety. And when you're in your anxiety, your creativity is gone. And see, that's what's happened to me. I've been in anxiety. And so that's why my writing has stopped. And I was angry when I left Georgia. And I was totally just out of Christianity. I was like, I'm agnostic. And I was surprised too at how close I came to going, well, maybe none of it's true. Maybe, there isn't even a God at all. But see, what brought me back to God was the good things that did happen, and that I feel like it was miraculous that I got out of job. Like, I feel like this job is miraculous. I'm like, oh my goodness, how did I get a job like 2 months after because I came here at the end of February. And by April 2nd, I bought this house. And April 30th, I started my new job. Like, that's fast, you guys. That was miraculous. And I left Georgia in the middle of, I sold my house in the middle of the pandemic and got out of Georgia. I went up to St. Louis by my friend Gladys, bought my RV, went to Denver, went to Flagstaff, went to Los Angeles, was able to spend the last month of my best friend's my sister-in-law's life with her. She was my best friend. Like, because of what happened at my church in Georgia, I like lost all my friends. You know, Mary was, me and Mary weren't super close, but we knew each other. Oh my goodness. John Chalker, hi. How are you? How are you? Speak of the angels. How are you, John? This can be another example to you. There are some very sweet people who I said something to John now. Yeah. I think John voted for him. John is a very nice president supporter. How are you doing? How is your foot? Are you doing good? I saw that you were doing videos. I haven't been over there to see though. I saw that you were doing videos. What's my topic? I'm talking about politics. Poetry, prayer, and politics. Did you see my hashtags, John? Yeah. I started talking about politics, John. I don't like the current administration. We need to get him out. We need to get him out. So I'm going to read this poem. It's called Burning Bridges. But yeah, you got out of the nursing home a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Well, months ago. Oh, I'm sorry you got robbed. I'm sorry about that, John. And I'm going to pray for everybody. But thanks for coming in. I'm going to pray for Betty and Loves and John. Yeah. John was in the community, the van life community, and stayed neutral. I felt like he didn't I don't know. He stayed out of it. Loves was very supportive through all of that nonsense I went through. Loves was really like the only one who stood up to me when the bully and said like she didn't say your name, because like the first video he made about me, he lied, says you're not gonna say the name, and she says the name, and that was really all he had to say, and like this video gets 600 views. It was like so insane. For 2 years that video was up. But anyways, your leg is what's called a rust. Okay. Well, we'll pray for you. Edema. Okay. Um. So yeah, I think that Wade of Vanquished has been in the Philippines for 2 years now. So I'm going to read this burning. I'm going to do a double video of this poem that I just wrote, but I'm not sure I'll post it. But I will do a video of it. I'm not sure I'll post it or not. Oh, whoops. Okay, I'm doing a double video. I wrote a poem called Burning Bridges. It's kind of about parental alienation, but it's kind of about like all the changes I went through because I actually was, I was away from Christ and I was angry at God and I came back to God. But I'm not like a goody two shoes. I was a really goody two shoes. I was. So this is called Burning Bridges. Somewhere between goody two shoes and the bad guy is where I'll be. No longer chasing love, acquiescing to all your requests, attracting users and abusers, narcissists, male and female, lovers, friends, and Airbnb guests. Block me, cut me off, troll me, stalk me. I don't give. I didn't write the word out even, but I don't give a frick. How about that? I don't give a frick anymore, but I used to. I nursed you and you bit me. Now that's about my oldest child. That dream from years ago now makes sense. I'm walking through hell in the valley of the shadow of death, but still the light is with me. It always is. Of all losses, death is the easiest. You've burned the bridge, I dance in the flames. That's from a Eminem song. Eminem and Billie Eilish, actually. Love could build it back. It wouldn't be the same. But it could be better, could be worse. But the ball's in your court now, and I'm here in peace. Yep, I am. Peace out. So yeah, that came about. I started with that. I'm just somewhere in the middle too. I'm not like the goody two shoes like I used to be, but I believe in God. And it's funny. This is why I feel like I have so much in common with Martha Beck. And I said to you guys before, I think I said last time I went live, which was like a week and a half ago because I was going live on Monday. This is my first Thursday night live. But I said Martha Beck is also a seventh child, but she's one of 8. So she has a sibling younger than her, but we're both the seventh child. I'm one of 7. I'm the youngest of 7. So she's next to the youngest of 8. And they were she was in Mormonism and she was abused. And that thankfully didn't happen to me. And my parents were liberal Presbyterians though, but it seems like I felt like that wasn't enough. And I felt like I went into evangelicalism and, I just went overboard the other way into conservative Christianity because I thought what they were was not enough. But it was enough. But anyways, Martha Beck left Mormonism, but she found faith. She still believes in God, but she doesn't believe in organized religion. No, I don't worry about it anymore. But I do talk about it. And my videos get a lot of views. And yeah, it needs to be talked about, John. No one's going to silence me. No one's going to silence me. No, not worried about it. Yeah. So anyways, what was another poem I was going to read. Oh, I didn't bring that one out here. But anyways, let me share with you my Instagram. But I keep talking about what I'm talking about on my channel. And I'm going to make more videos where I talk about everything. And those videos always do great. The videos where I talk about bullying, the videos where I talk about narcissists, the videos where I talk about politics, they always do great. I'm going to show you my Instagram, okay? And don't you worry about anything, John. And don't vote for that felon that's in the White House anymore. And I'm praying for him to be impeached. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. Here's my Instagram. And I put us at the top here, Pam. This is Ian and I when our hike on Woodson Valley. So my shorts get the most views. But so I'm going to do more videos where I talk. I'm going to do a whole video. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I'm going to do a whole video on my mom, which will go into the politics and it will go into everything. I'm going to do a whole video on my mom that will be talking about the politics, codependency, even the narcissism, because my dad was a narcissist. My mom was a codependent. But I've been wanting to do a video on my mom. I did a whole video about my dad. So this one's going to be called About Your Mom, because the reason why the video about my dad is called About Your Dad is because there's many similarities and parallels between my ex and my dad, because they were both vulnerable narcissists. So, except my dad was not a Trumper. My ex is a Trumper. But my dad, oh goodness. I felt like my dad always, oh goodness. He encouraged the politics fights with my mom and my brother. And it's just like they stir the pot. Some narcissists like to stir the pot. So that was bad. So I moved these two to the top, and it kept the one about this. I mourn not just the passing of a great man. This was about Jimmy Carter, but also how far America has drifted from his example. I feel like that was a great timing by God also to have Jimmy Carter pass when he did. Just for people to see the distinction in the two lives. And that was a real Christian president. And what was he? He was a Democrat, because I'm sorry, y'all, but Jesus would have been a Democrat. He would have been for the immigrants and for the programs that help the poor and all of that. He would have been a Democrat. I'm sorry, but he would have. So anyway, so here is my Instagram anyways. And then this is the Blue Corner Indivisible, where I'm going to protest on Wednesdays and Sundays now. And this is my sign. And I got these cute little glasses at Remove Trump, Reverse the Damage, and Reclaim Democracy. I got these little glasses at Walmart. And it's cool that the flag is right there behind me. I don't know what that is across the street. Oh, it's a Wells Fargo. And this was my sign for, I made another sign on the back of my sign. Diversity is what America is made of. Which is true. Somebody has a sign at Blue Corner Indivisible. Immigrants are the U.S.'s secret sauce. Which is good too. This is Ian on the Potato Chip Rock on Woodson Valley Trail that we went the day after Mother's Day. This is my hibiscus. It was a bunny or Ian thinks it was a bunny. He said he didn't think squirrels ate plants, but something ate all the leaves off my, so the flowers are gone too, off my hibiscus. And Ian says it was probably a rabbit. This is the beach. I love the beach. This is where I went. This was the day I went 9 weeks ago, the day after my interview that went well. And I hung my picture. This is the Warriors of Love. So yeah, that's another thing. My friend, I was disappointed to find out that my friend who painted the Warriors of Love was for Trump also. And I was just like, I never would have thought that. Never, never, never. Beach is also great. Pesky rabbits. Yeah, Ian thinks it was a rabbit. Ate all mine. I have it over here. It's right over there on my porch. Oh, there's a little robin. So, do you want to go in the house and see? Almost gone. Here's my Coke. Let's go in and see in the house. Because we got the table and we put it on risers and so that's new. Oh, there. This is my Beatles bathroom. There's my can you see the peace sign at the bottom? That's my Beatles bathroom. This is my room. See, there's the Warriors of Love. And I hung the picture from Brenda Berner there. That's my eye. My eye is for keep your eyes open by, oh, this is my little camel. I just got this out of the closet because I can't have all my stuff out because it's a tiny house. I don't know. So these are not all my stuffed animals. These are some of my stuffed animals. These are some of my stuffed animals. And down there, that's a bear that was my mom's. But this camel, my Claire bear, when she was in the army and she was in UAE, she got this camel for me in Dubai. So that's my little camel from Dubai. And this was my mom's owl. That's the owl for my mom. She had I gave away the eagle she had that would also talk, but I found this eagle just like it, and I found it in Lisbon in Portugal. And I was like, this is like that. I gave it away to one of my guy friends when I was acting out when I was running away from God, call myself Jonah. I went to the fruit and produce stand, and so I got these yummy strawberries. and these little baby avocados. They're little avocados that are really good. They need to get ripe though. And so I'm gonna make Ian some quesadillas, and we'll probably make some salsa. So I got some cilantro, and so, and this is where I hung the pictures. And this is, we got the TV down though. So this is the table we got that, so like we have a little table to eat at here. But this goes up. I always have trouble. Let me put you guys there. It's really resistant. It goes up there, see? It goes up there like that. So, and but this is the table. And I did a little video. We got these chairs, these cool chairs. They're metal, and they out of the garbage too. And there's 3 of them. There's one over there, and that's our plant hanging. It's a wandering Jew. My mom was really into plants also. And this is a vase that was from my mom's vase. But this is a table, yeah, we got out of Ian found in the garbage again. And these chairs he found in the garbage. And the sofas from the thrift store, $99. And that's my eye table for the Need to Breathe song, Keep Your Eyes Open. And so Diana did also this one of the elephant. That was when I joined her channel. I asked her to do an elephant. And I really like it. He's like walking through the woods. It's at night. And he's got his trunk up. And she did this one. And I bought this one from her. And it's called Going Home. And see the mountains. And that was when I moved to Denver. I was headed home. I was headed west. Your sound stopped. Did my sound stop? Oh, shoot. My sound stopped? You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Aw, I hope you can hear me. Let me go back out here. I need to refill my bird feeder. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Loves can hear me. Did it just stop for a minute? Did it stop completely? Can you hear me now, Pam? Let me plug back in. Can you hear me now? Yes, fresh strawberries. Yep, and Yoda. Yeah, I like Yoda. It's a baby Yoda. It's actually Grogu from the... My son says that Disney ruined Star Wars. I didn't know that. But anyways, I'm learning lots from I'm enjoying living with my son, really. It's working out fine. I'm glad one of us got a job. I thought he would get a job before me. I honestly thought he would. And I thought when I signed up for care, when I signed up to try and get a nanny job, Pam, I thought I might not like it. I wasn't sure. And I thought I was going to end up watching more than one kid. And all these jobs, people would, because I put on my profile that I was the mom of 5 kids, all these people that wanted me to watch 5 kids wanted me to babysit for them. And I was like, no, thanks. And they weren't permanent jobs. They were just a one-time job. It's back. Okay. I'm glad it's back. Okay. That's good. So Like, I'm just so glad that I got this job. I mean, it's one child. It's just, it's like, it's just, it's too perfect. And that's why, like, when I was in evangelicalism, I would be like, it's the devil, it's the devil, it's the devil, it's the devil saying, you're going to lose this job and blah, 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 blah. And it would be, I would say it's the devil, but really it's my own anxiety trying to come back on me. But I've been pretty good. I've been dealing with it, and I say to myself, well, if something happened and I had to discontinue this job for some reason, it would be okay. I would find another job, So I say stuff to me like that, and it's just like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like Pam said before, they value you. So they value me. And they know I'm creating a bond. He's like my little buddy now. It's awesome. It's really awesome. So oh yeah, you heard that cute camel, and it's cool that the owl can talk. Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. And that's exactly what Trump is not doing. Canceling U.S. aid, taking, he doesn't want to feed little children. He wants to stop the board of he wants to discontinue the Board of Education. It's ridiculous. School lunches. He's not for school lunches. Yeah. So let me think of another poem to read. I think I'll do the one, the haunting one. I'll do the haunting one. I think I already did a double video of this one, so I won't do another one. I'll do the haunting one, and then I'll pray for y'all and let you go. You can't have fresh strawberries. I'm sorry. Wade says the coffee isn't good. You guys don't make your coffee? Don't do percolated coffee? So he's going live in the morning, but he's having coffee that's in a packet, So I'm going to do the haunting poem. I know it by heart, but I'm trying to find out where it is in here. It's in this book called The 7-Story Tree. I sent one of these to Loves. I sent one of these to the Philippines. I sent one of these to John, too. John Chalker. So the haunting is in this book, and I do know it. I do know it by heart now. It's on page 23. Okay, it's on page 23. I'll go there. This poem was inspired by the classic devotional by Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. Oswald asks the piercing question, what are you haunted by? And states that we should be haunted by God. And it's kind of like Psalm 139 too, where you can't go, I couldn't run away from God. I was like Jonah. I was running away from God, but I couldn't run away from God. He was with me. Yeah. Exactly. They certainly have to in order to trust you with their baby. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That rung true. Like, duh. And, it's just like um, that, uh, that anxiety coming back. And the thing about it, Pam, is what I realized not only has Martha Beck helped so much, and she talks about kind internal self talk. It's called KIST. It's acrostic called KIST. But the thing that helps me is thinking about, like, don't get into the anxiety, because when I get into the anxiety, it makes the thing you're fearing happen. Because like I think back to looking for a job, and it's like I would have anxiety about trying to find a job, and then I'd go for an interview and I'd say something, and I don't know, I just felt like I was sabotaging myself because of having the anxiety. And that I'm much, like I said to Ian, because like I don't know how much he does either, but he meditates. I was telling him, though, to encourage him, I said, I'm pretty sure that I think the meditation helped me to get the job because I was just calmer. And I was like, I went into it like, okay, I really want this job and I think I'm going to get this job. But I wouldn't let the anxiety get so bad. Like, I was like, I would say to myself, it's okay though, if I don't get this job, I'll get another job. But because I was calmer, you need to be calm to work with children too, um, is why I got the job. And it also, had to work on my anxiety too to get the lifeguarding job, because that started the, thinking about, like, nobody drowned, okay, because I don't want to have to save you. That, oh my goodness. But I said to Ian, I think that because he meditates too, but I don't know how often. But I tell him, like, I'm getting better at it, and I really think it did help me get my job because I'm calmer. And another thing that Martha Beck says is, the universe wants to give you what you want, but she said you have to be in peace to receive it. And that was another thing, that since I came here, I'm at peace. And then I was having anxiety when Ian came here. I read the poem about my oldest daughter, and I had this year, and like, don't think it's done and over with, but I mean, hopefully. But I've been learning, because of all the things I've been going through with my children, all of them. I've been learning to let go of all of them. And I finally had let go of Ian. I had let go of Ian, and I had said no to him for the first time. And I had said no to my older son for the first time. And I had, you're welcome, loves. Um, that turned out to be, it seemed like it was cheaper. It was cheaper than sending it to Canada. I'm like, why? Because Canada is so close. Because I sent it to Canada once, and I'm pretty sure it was less to send it to the Philippines. It seems like. So yeah. So Martha Beck says this thing where you need to be in peace. The universe wants to give you what you want, but you need to be in peace. And I'm like, that's right. I was in peace. But when Ian first came here, right after me, I came here end of February. He came here mid-March, the 14th. The 14th is his birthday. It's what number we're into. The 14th is his birthday, September 14th. And he came here on he arrived here on March 14th. And I was like, what? What's going on? I'm not sure. I was not sure about this. I just let him go. Like, what's going on? Why is he here? What do I was, what was helping me a lot, I was meditating. I'm still learning to meditate though. I have ADHD and it's very hard. It's very hard. My mind wanders really easily. I've gone up to 20 minutes now. I tried to do 30 minutes though on a guided meditation. I could not do it. But when I settled down and I was going to Coda, which was helping me. I'm not going to Coda anymore though. But that was helping me to work on the codependency things and trying to control things that, I can't control him. He's a grown adult. I can't control him. So I learned to let go. I let him go. And then, let me read that poem because I have a poem in here about that too. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I forgot. I'm glad I remember that because I'm talking about it. So anyways, if you let, that saying, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never meant to be. So it was like that. It was like I let him go because, he was in Bend. And he needed some help again. And I said, your dad is really better to do that for you. And he did get his dad to help him. But he wasn't meant to stay there. And that's another thing I was going to share too, is that like things don't work out in a certain place because they're not supposed to, because maybe you're supposed to go to some other place, and I was supposed to come here. And so, I quit my job and I wasn't liking my job anymore, lifeguarding too. I liked it at first, but I need to find, it's called Defying Gravity. That's what it's called. Okay. This is in, let me record this one. I don't know if I have a recording of this one or not, but I will do one. But yeah, I'm getting better at all the time at that. And I do sleep meditations at night when I go to bed too. And that's helpful. Okay, I'm going to do another double video. I'll still do the other one. This one's called Defying Gravity. It's when the Wicked play was so popular, 2014. It's probably when I wrote this, around then. The verse I put before this is, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage. Galatians 5:1. Defying Gravity. And this is kind of being a play on Idina Menzel did both Elphaba and Wicked and sang Defying Gravity, and also Let It Go. In Frozen, she was Elsa. And so this is kind of a play on those characters and stuff. Defying Gravity. Let it go. It's much too heavy. It's holding you down and holding you back. Oh, that I had wings like a dove. I'd be at peace. That's from Psalms. Oh, that I had wings like a dove. I'd be at peace. Is it love, pure as driven snow? Frozen. Let it go. Harmless as a dove flying high above. Set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. And if it doesn't, it's no longer meant to be. I wrote this in reference to my ex. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free, defying gravity. I love that song. So, and now let me say the haunting one. Again, based on Psalm 139, that God's with you everywhere. This poem was inspired by the classic devotional by Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. Oswald asks the piercing question, what are you haunted by? And states that we should be haunted by God. The haunting. I could just run away, try to live my way another day. But what would be the use? Wasted time, a wasted life? But then again, I could give it all to Him and He transforms it. If I turn to the left or to the right, you're halfway there, or perhaps not quite. I hear Him all the time. I open my eyes and He lights up the sky. In a song, I see Him. In a tree, He's there. What is this love He has for me? Wherever I go, to a movie or a show, there isn't a thought He doesn't know. He is the great I am, and yet He is my friend. It's too wonderful to comprehend. He'll always be there till the end. When we've been there 10,000 years, His voice will echo in my ears. Still His praises I will sing, always and forever. He is my King. I said this one for my dad and my stepmom in 2014. So I might have wrote it in 2013. I don't know. I memorized it in 2014. But I went to visit my dad and my stepmom. And she recognized the hymn lyric in this. There's a hymn lyric from Amazing Grace, When We've Been There 10,000 Years. And yeah, my stepmom recognized that because she plays the piano at church. And so, but that was also the visit where my stepmom, we were going to church, and I told her, fasten your seatbelt. And I spooked her. She's like, oh, because I sounded like my mom. You sound just like Ellen. And like ever since then, like she would not hear me when I said, I'm coming to see you. She would not hear me. And I go see her, and she'd be like, we didn't know you were coming. We didn't know you. After that, we went to see her in 2015, and when I went to see her went to see them in 2018, she couldn't hear me anymore because I spooked her. It was so funny. It is something my mom would say to fasten your seatbelt, because she was very safety minded. You know, and in the 70s, like she made sure we fastened our seatbelts, and in the 70s, you didn't have to do that. So my mom was very safety minded. And don't swim alone. She wouldn't let us go swimming alone because she didn't want anything to us to drown, and like no one to be there. And so yeah, but yeah, hopefully I'm gonna make that video about my mom soon. It's gonna be that's gonna be more emotional than the video about my dad, I think. So pray for me. Bye. So I did a double video. Okay, I've gone 2 hours. Now I'm going to stop. And so how was that, you guys? How's the Thursday time? This is a new time, loves. So Thursdays, 4:30 Pacific. This is my new time. I think I like it. There's 6 watching now. Like there's always more watching when I'm about to finish up. Oh well. But yeah, 20 minutes. I'm up to 20 minutes. I usually do 10 minutes though. I usually do. And then like I'll wake up early, and I need to try and wake up like 15 minutes earlier, like maybe 6:15. So then I'm going to call Congress, and I'm going to, maybe not in that order. I'll meditate for 10 minutes and then call Congress, and then get ready for work. I have to leave for work by 7:15. It takes 35 minutes. And I take my coffee with me, and it's nice. And I usually listen to Martha Beck on the way to work too. Like I said, I'm listening to the Way of Integrity again. Okay, I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, loves, Pam. Thank you, John. I think John left, but I don't know. I don't know if you're still here, John, but thank you. Thank you, Betty. Betty had to go probably. I'll pray for everybody, I think. Let's see. Don't forget the things I've shared here. Okay. And dear God, thank you for these friends and followers. I pray that you would bless them. Please bless Pam and her family. Thank you for her support of my channel. I pray you'd be with her. Please heal Betty, Lord. Please be with her. I pray she's having a good staycation. Bless her channel. And thank you for her and her support of my channel. And bless her children and her grandchildren and be with her. Thank you for always guiding us, Lord, in our lives and being with us, Lord. Thank you for my job. Thank you for loves, Lord, and the support. And she was when I was going through the bullying, Lord. And thank you for her. And she's such a blessing. I pray you bless her and her family and keep her safe. And Lord, if you're willing, Lord, I pray that she'll find Wade. Because he's really nice, and I think he could be a good friend. I don't know. Have you been to? Do you know Wade? You gotta know Wade. You probably already know Wade, don't you know Wade? Loves. So, anyways, look for Wade, loves. He's somewhere. He's somewhere over there. And the Lord be with Wade and continue to keep him safe over there in the Philippines. And bless his channel. And yeah, thank you for loves. And please bless John. Continue to heal his foot, Lord. I pray that he would be informed about who to vote for next time and would vote for someone different. He was in the hospital then. I don't know if he did vote for him. Elsa's here. Hey, Elsa. You made it. Thank you for being here. I'm going to pray for you. Better late than never, I always say. Watch the replay. Lord, thank you for Elsa and her support of my channel. I pray you bless her children and her fur babies. And thank you for her being here. How are you, Elsa? How are you? I know the place where he last visited. Okay. Yeah, and his van has to be on. So he got a van there, and I didn't even know that. I haven't been looking at all. I looked at his political videos. I'll have to look at more of his videos, and I need to go comment on videos. Check out pre-retirement days. So if you click on the side of, check out pre-retirement days, comfort foods and more. That's Betty's channel. She had a really good video about making beef, like stroganoff, beef and noodles. So it was good. And I didn't get around to, thank you so much, Pam. Thank you. I didn't get around to commenting on that video. I meant to. So yeah, I got an alarm set, and like, do this if you have to, you guys. I got an alarm set to call Congress tomorrow. Got an alarm set on my phone. So tomorrow I don't work. I'm off. And but thank you all so much for being here. I have 6 watching now. Appreciate you all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Anything else? Yeah, check out the channel links I've dropped. I want to drop Park Rose Permaculture. I dropped Vanquished. I dropped Vanquished. Let me drop Park Rose Permaculture. I really love this Park Rose Permaculture too. I watch The View every day too, you guys. I like The View. Probably gonna go in and watch that now. I'm hungry now. I just had a sandwich for today for lunch, but I've been bringing my leftovers. Oh, you've been listening. Oh, so you've been here. Thank you. I'm trying to write Park Rose Permaculture right. Permaculture. Okay. So check out that. And I'm going to let you go. I've gone 2 hours and 11 minutes. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Mwah. Love you all. Thank you, loves. Thank you, Elsa. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. Mwah. Mwah. Love you. Bye. Bye.